Hello my darlings, welcome back to Marion K Tarot. Well, this camera's a bit weird on it. Anyway, yeah, welcome back or welcome to Marion K Tarot. I hope you are wonderful, feeling good. This is going to be your week ahead reading for the week commencing the 27th of October to the 2nd of November. What does that mean? I hear you crying. That means we are officially in Scorpio season. That means I can get my Bohemian Gothic tarot out to play. Not that I need to wait until Scorpio season to get this deck out, but I just love it so much. And seeing as Scorpio season is my second favourite, obviously Taurus being first because, you know, I'm a Taurus if you don't know. Scorpio's my second favourite season. There you go. It's because it highlights my 12th house and I get lots of weird and wonderful surprises. Sometimes good, sometimes not so good. So, to all my delightful Scorpios out there, I know you are watching because I collect cheese. I collect cheese like most of collect tarot cards. Happy birthday. Have fun. Now, let's see. If you're not a Scorpio and you're here like, oh, well, Marion, I'm not a Scorpio, it's okay. We've all got Scorpio somewhere in our chart. So, if you want to find out where Scorpio is, you can search your astrology chart online, or you can come to me and get a more personalised chart reading. Details are on my website, www.marionktarot.com. Right, let's get into it. I've waffled enough, so I'm at 2 minutes waffling. Right, let's see what is coming towards us. What energies do we need to look out for? What's happening in the week ahead? What do we need to know? Okay, interesting. Right, at the bottom of the deck, we have got the Four of Swords. Okay, Four of Swords traditionally card of rest, card of let's have a chill out, because if you don't choose to chill out, then you're going to get forced to chill out. Take a rest. It's very much that it feels like this week, yes, we're in Scorpio season, yes, I'm going to use the word transition obviously, but it's like that. If you can take this week to rest as much as possible before the onslaught of the festive period, however that looks for you, whatever you celebrate, whatever you believe in. The next couple of months is wild. Okay, it doesn't matter what you believe in. If you don't believe in anything, you're still swept up and swept along in the crazy of it all. So that's what I would say this week, where you can take rest. To my fellow tarot readers, it's Halloween week, you know. It's like I'm recording this in the 24th of October. This weekend is wild. I am doing something Friday night, tonight, tomorrow, all day Sunday, right? So it's crazy, right? When you are watching this, I will probably be lying in a heap on my sofa, talking or just dribbling into a pillow, basically, right? Because I will be so exhausted. Anyway, take this time to rest. Take out, and it doesn't even just mean like physical rest, because remember, the Four of Swords is a card of the mind. The swords are the mind. So if you are going over things, if you're going over and over things and thinking, oh, I shouldn't have said that, and maybe I should say it like this, or what do I need to do, blah 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 blah, and your mind is racing, this can be an indicator to just, you know, go and read a book. Go and listen to an audiobook, you know. There's just something, you know, just distract your mind. Don't focus on everything at one time, right? So the cards proper, what we have got is, we have got the Ace of Swords. We have got the Knight of Pentacles. And we have got the Nine of Pentacles. So, for me, it's interesting how this ace has came up, because what it feels like is if you have been struggling to maybe get some inspiration for things, etc., or you're desperately looking for a new idea for something, and it just feels like you're blocked, you're hindered. And I think that ace of swords is coming, that's the seed of potential. So you've already had that feeling where, or that thought where, right, okay, I need to have another thought, and I need to think how I can add to the thought that I've already had. And maybe that's where this Four of Swords is coming, right? So maybe if you just remove yourself from a situation and give yourself the grace to actually just be at one with yourself. Maybe go that walk. I mean, this sword is like, it's in a graveyard, right? I always, this kind of a, right, reminds me, see the Disney film, like for way back when, with Merlin, and it's like the sword and the stone. That's what that reminds me of, that card. But it's interesting because, that thought cannot be heard until we quieten the mind. So the thought could be in there, but if your mind is so loud, then you can't hear it. It's like you can't hear the person shouting for all the other shouts. The Knight of Pentacles showing up here is like the Headless Horseman high. It's showing up here. And it's indicating, it's a very solitary reading this week. It's like the people, when there is people in the card, they're on their own. But also we've got birds, we've got a crow in the Four of Swords, and we have got like I think it's a kestrel. It's a kestrel in the Nine of Pentacles. So to me, it feels like it's really important that we slow down this week. We've got Mercury retrograde, we went into the pre-shadow period just this week, and so that's going to be having an effect on, it's going to begin to have an effect on our communication skills. So things are likely to slow down, and I think that the energy round about you this week, everything feels as if the universe is directing you to slow down. So that you've almost got no other choice. It's a bit like, excuse me, it's a bit like last week when, we had that global outage in some areas of the internet, people couldn't get things done. It's almost like, this Mercury retrograde, or even just the energies going on right now, is forcing us to take that rest. It's like, oh well, the systems that I use, they're not able to work, so if they don't work, then I can't work. So it's like there's a universe saying, right, here's a bona fide excuse, not that you need an excuse, but here is a watertight reason that you can tell your boss, your client, whomever, that you're unable to work, so use that time to rest. And I feel like that there'll be more of the same. Says me, all these talks about resting, and here I am yawning my eyes out. But yeah, that's what it feels like. Just take that time and be slow about it. But it seems like it's going to be like quite a solitary week, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's like, we have that discussion, and there's a big difference between being alone and being lonely. I think that's been talked about to death practically, about how much a difference it is, and how it's when you get to a stage where you're alone and you enjoy being alone, not all the time, but we do need interaction, but when you enjoy being alone, there is this contentment that comes with it, when we're truly in alignment and we feel comfortable. And it's like we then have this choice, we have the choice that, oh well, you know what, I think I'll interact with people, but you know what, if I don't interact with people, it's not the end of my world. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's what I would suggest to you. But honestly, this week, take the time and the opportunities to rest, and the new ideas will flow, the new thoughts will be heard, but you need to slow down first. Okay, right, so let's pull a card from the Grief Journey Oracle. Now, I have to say, myself and Terri, we have been overwhelmed with the amount of unboxing videos that are starting to pop up on the YouTubes and on social media. It's very bizarre, but it's absolutely adorable. So thank you so much for the continued support. This week we launched the website so that if you missed out on the Kickstarter, we have got a number of copies. We've got a select amount of copies. We don't have an infinite amount. We're going to have to reassess things with regards to like a potential reprint of the deck. It's obviously something that we would like to do, but it's just logistics right now to see. But so if you don't want to wait any longer, we do have decks in stock just now, and I will drop the website below in the description. And if I forget, the all you need to do is Google thegriefjourneyoracle.com and you will find it. You will be presented with the website and you will see Clive, our cover star, and yeah, you can check that out if it's something that you feel that you want to do. So whilst I just get my cards completely muddled up here. Oopsie. Okay, I think we're okay. Right. Let's see. Wow. Okay, so I did not. Wow, right, okay. So the card we've got for this week is Retreat. Okay. And when I remember distinctly, when Terri showed me this particular image, I just fell in love with it. I fell in love with all of them, but this wee one, this wee mouse, and that was the feeling, and that was the key word that came to me. Oh look, it matches my hair. There you go. Retreat. When the world gets too much, and we just need to retreat into a safe wee cocoon, and we choose to retreat. Sometimes we can, in battles, etc., it's like we're forced to retreat. And I think that going with the messages that are coming through for the Four of Swords, and then also our weekly cards, it's really apt that this is the card that should come up, and this is the message. It's like, choose to retreat this week as opposed to waiting until you've got no other choice but to retreat before you're overwhelmed. It feels like this, like whatever your personal battlefield is, then choose to retreat as opposed to being forced to retreat this week. Okay, now remember, we have got Mars in Scorpio, and whilst Mars loves being in Scorpio because it's its traditional ruler, Mercury's also there as well. It can be difficult, it can be very combative. So if you're in a situation where it's been quite combative, whether verbally, hopefully no physically, I hope, unless that's like your job, or unless you're like, I don't know, training, a boxer in training, I don't know, an MMA, I don't know. But if violence is not a part of your normal life, take that time this week and just draw into yourself a wee bit more, and understand that Scorpio season is very deep. It's very emotionally deep. Scorpios do not do surface level, and if you meet any Scorpios that do appear to be doing surface level, they've probably been really badly hurt, to be honest, right? And and Scorpios watching this, they probably will not like me saying that, but I see, right? So and that energy just pulls all he is, you know, into the kind of a realm of shadow work, the realm of where we need to try to see through the muck, through the darkness, and be comfortable sitting in that energy. You know, we're not always comfortable with it. It's very real and it's very raw energy that's going on right now. So that's why you might need that safety and security and feeling of like being able to retreat into a place where you find sanctuary. Okay, my darlings. So I hope that makes sense to you. I hope that you can take something from that. Have a wonderful week. As always, do not believe scaremongering messages online. Right? Don't be paying attention to that. Right? I mean, honestly, stay informed, but stay informed in a way that, for a place of neutrality. You know, like, if you need to consume information, then get it from as neutral a source as possible. Okay, that's all I'm going to say about that. So, carry on enjoying Scorpio season, and I will see you next week. Bye bye.